It is amazing how in a room, in a party of 100 people, one guy, one girl gravitate to each other. We call this the collusive fit. It's such an interesting dynamic. We fall in love with difference. We also fall in love with similarities. It's a mix of the two. But aren't we strange people as human beings? I often use this example of this really gregarious, party-loving person, party-loving guy, who is the life of the party. There is this shy, quiet, introverted girl, woman at the party. She notices this extrovert, fun-loving, life of the party, gregarious guy, and all the girls swooping in at him. And he likes the attention. But she can't help but notice as well and be drawn in somewhat, although she stays aloof. And at some point in that event, in that party, lots of people are present. He gravitates towards her and they find themselves talking. And she likes it and she enjoys his company. It develops over time. They're seeing each other, they're going out with each other, they become partners, they become perhaps married. And after, let's say, a year or so, from time to time they go to the party, they go to the event, and she now is really put out by his gregarious, fun-loving, life of the party, attention-drawing behaviours. So when he gets home, she takes him down a few notches by telling him what a show-off he is and why he's always needing to be. And isn't it interesting, the dynamics that have changed? What she's now saying is, you're a show-off. Why are you behaving like that? You ought to change, grow up, so to speak. He's really put out, doesn't understand it, because actually the truth is, he is being the very same person he was when she met him. What is happening in this dynamic is somehow, as human beings, we try to change the other person to be more like us, when in fact we fell in love with those very traits that is different to us. And unconsciously, we may find it hard to accept. I'd like a bit of that, please, but don't you dare ask me to stand up and dance like you do. I'm okay to watch. The fact is, we fall in love with somebody who promises to provide a fix to the things that we don't have and we don't do, and we're quietly envious of, but we won't admit that in the consciousness. In fact, even as I say it, we can't identify with it and we go into denial about it. We fall in love with difference and we fall in love with sameness. And the truth is, we, I'll put inverted comma, knew all about the other person before we even started going out with the other, courting, becoming a partner, becoming an item. We knew all about them. That's a strange thing to say. Of course, it's all living in the unconscious. Let's unpack a lot of that for you. But we did know about them before we got together with them. Even if lots of it we can't understand or see in the consciousness. Don't really understand this point I'm making? Well, let's come back to it in our journey together. We fall in love with difference and we fall in love with sameness. Why don't you pause at this point and have a discussion about this point that I just talked about? How we try to change the other person to be more like us. And isn't it strange that if over time we duress them, we coerce them, and they start to yield and to change, we then start to fall out of love with that person. Because actually we never really fell in love with them for them to be different in certain particular ways. We fell in love with them because of their difference, and then we try and change them. Now we've got them. And when they do change, we fall out at what a strange human behaviours we get up to. So I'm saying, pause now. Have a chat amongst yourselves.
Send me a message. It's time to get your relationship back onto a better footing for your future. Let's do some work without shame and bring colour back to life. Send the email, send the message to me, Gary McFarlane, at the Kairos Centre, and let's begin to reclaim your quality of life.